What's up, all my YouTube subscribers? To my old subscribers, welcome back. To my new subscribers, you are now watching Raphael on T. I'm coming to you today to give you guys an update video on how I've been since my hysterectomy and updates on other surgeries. As you guys know, I had my hysterectomy done April 12th at Northside Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia. Since my hysterectomy, I had my 6-week post-op appointment on May 26th. I ended up having to reschedule that appointment because I ended up getting there late, so the appointment ended up having to be rescheduled for June 16th. But since I've had my hysterectomy, I would be considered now, if you counted the day of my surgery, I would be considered like 7 weeks post-op, 7 or 8 weeks post-op. The day, because a lot of people count theirs differently. That's the only reason I said that. So, so far, like, I know a lot of trans people go through this. A lot of trans people is trying to find insurance that does cover the other surgeries, top surgery, bottom surgery, and stuff like that. Because you can get an insurance that will, like, I'm speaking necessarily to the trans guys out there. Now, you know, I'm going to do a trigger warning because I know some people get real bad dysphoria talking about the genitals, because I'm one of them, but I'm making this video for you guys. Like, you can get an insurance that will help pay for your hysterectomy. That's basically what I did. I got a insurance that will help pay for my hysterectomy. It did help pay for my hysterectomy. I only really ended up having to pay like $2,000 out of pocket. Yes, that still is quite expensive for me. Excuse me, but I did that so that I would be able to have at least my hysterectomy. And now that I'm working on bottom surgery, because as you guys know, I did have a consult with Dr. Chen and Dr. Watts in California. And then the type of insurance that they accept is the PPO policies. You know, the big like company policies are the ones that you get through your job. Or, you know, if you have like Cobra Care or something like that. But, you know, we all know Cobra Care is super expensive. After you're no longer working at that job, Cobra Care is super expensive. And I ended up getting Anthem's Blue Cross and Blue Shield, but it's like basically restricted to my area. Like, it's an HMO plan, which only covers, you know, doctors in the state of Georgia, which they have an out-of-network plan, but Dr. Chen and Dr. Watts, you know, really accept the PPO plans. And then I have a consult coming up with Dr. Salgado in Florida. It's a phone consult, and I'm hoping and praying that he can accept the insurance that I have. I know there's some doctors that accept you know, out of network insurance and stuff like that. They do the out of network. Um, they accept out of network insurance. But the issue that I'm going through right now is trying to find a PPO policy. The main ones that do not, in the state of Georgia, I'm going to go ahead and say that, in the state of Georgia, finding a PPO policy is like complete hell trying to find one. Because most of the insurance companies here only offer HMO policies, which is, like I said, only restricted to the state that you live in. I mean, they have an out-of-network coverage, but some doctors do not accept that. And Dr. Salgado is one of them. He does not accept, I guess, out-of-state insurance. So that's it's a headache. And then the only company that we have up here that offer PPO policies is Alliance. And I read online, I had a trans guy that wrote me back online off of the Bottom Surgery discussion page on Facebook. He wrote me back and told me that gave me a website link to a place, and I can go look and see what insurances cover what insurances cover transgender surgeries and which ones don't. And I looked on there, and I was thinking about signing up for an Alliance policy, but come to find out, they do not accept insurance like transgender surgeries. They do not do transgender surgeries. They have a disclosure policy in their when it comes to transgender related surgeries. Now, you have to pick a policy and all of that stuff, or I guess to find out if they're going to accept it or not. But from what the chart that I read, they do not accept, does approval for transgendered surgeries. So I'm just like, man, like this is gonna be harder than I thought it was. And so trying to find a doctor that will accept that type of insurance, doctors in the state of Georgia, as long as you're not having a transitional surgery, Alliance will, as long as you're not having the transgendered surgery, they may be better when it comes to other types of surgeries. But when it comes to transgendered surgeries, from what I've looked up, they're not very open about it. And, you going through the trouble of getting a policy, and then you don't pay for this policy, and then turn around and you find out that this policy doesn't cover this, and it's not going to cover that. It's a headache. And then, most doctors, I can say this, most doctors accept Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Cigna, Humana, and places like those types of insurance companies, the ones that are higher known. Like I said, it's crazy, outrageous, all the things that I've been going through when it comes to that. Like I said, hysterectomy surgery was not an issue. I did not have to worry about that. But trying to find a insurance policy that will cover bottom surgery is it's a complete headache. It's a nightmare. Because like I said, I do currently have Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and that it's a great insurance company. I mean, and especially when you get a PPO plan, your deductible is high. Now, for us, most of us trans people, we can't afford, $7,000 for a deductible, or $6,000 for a deductible before we have a surgery. Not to mention the fact that you have to pay, you got to pay for the physician or whoever to do the surgery. Then on top of that, you have to pay the hospital their portion of it. So by the time you get done, you've spent almost $8,000 on top of, like, basically even with your deductible. It's outrageous the things that we have to go through just to be able to feel whole. But like I said, my hysterectomy went great. I'm praying to God that I will either end up raising enough money to get raising enough money between my my Cash App and my GoFundMe. I'm going to try to post my GoFundMe at the bottom of this video. I'm going to try to. But I definitely will post my Cash App if anybody wants to help. But like I said, it's been a total headache, a total nightmare trying to get this surgery together and trying to get help and trying to get the insurance coverage to pay for it. To not necessarily to pay the whole thing, to get at least a portion of it covered so that I'm not struggling to get it paid for. Because, I mean, come on, guys, let's be realistic. Bottom surgery for us is super, super expensive, depending on what type of bottom surgery you're having. If you do medioplastia, that could be anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000. And then if you do, phalloplasty is anywhere from $50,000 all the way up to $150,000. And it's so hard to try to get what you need, and the documents, and going to therapy. And I think it's helpful, for you to go to therapy and talk to your therapist and all of that stuff. But you have to have somebody else to diagnose the fact that you're transgender, or you have gender identity disorder, or something like that, for them to basically say, okay, well, yes, this person is transgender. I don't feel like I should have to have the validation for somebody else to tell me that I'm trans. I've known for years. But for me to have to jump through all of these hoops just to try to get a surgery done, like, with my hysterectomy, like, I think I had already got all my letters and all of that before, when I was trying to do the hysterectomy. And, for bottom surgery, you have to have two letters, and then a letter from your T doctor. That's the way I did it. The physician that gives me my T, he wrote me a letter, and I went to two different therapists to write me a letter. Because the insurance I had at the time required 2 letters for that. Now, top surgery, you only need 1 letter. You don't have to have two. You only need one, depending on your insurance. But every doctor that I've talked to about top surgery, they always say, okay, well, you need one letter. But like I said, I just wanted to give you guys an update on me and everything that's going on, and trying to find insurance and talking to doctors. Like I said, I can't really start my journey with Dr. Watts and Dr. Chin until I get the right insurance plan. And then I haven't started I can't get set up for an appointment with them, like an actual schedule for date of surgery, until I get the right insurance plan. And then Dr. Salgado, like I said, he doesn't accept out-of-state insurance. And from what I was told, he doesn't accept out-of-state insurance. He does mainly, Florida and things like that. So it's been a roller coaster, you guys. And like I said, if anybody wants to donate to help me get my bottom surgery, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. If you got any comments, comment in the description box below. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment in the comment section. If you, if I can be of any help, like I said, don't hesitate to contact me. But like this video, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. Hit that notification bell so as soon as I upload a video, you will get immediate notification. But you guys, as I always leave you with this message, nobody can make you happy the way that you can make you happy. I struggle a lot in my day-to-day life with other people not accepting me. But as long as you accept you, as long as you accept the fact that you're transgender and you're happy, you can change who you are and be your authentic self, or who you were meant to be, don't let nobody tell you any differently. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.